Something is changing in Southeast Nigeria. Quietly, rapidly, almost urgently. Roads that were abandoned for decades are suddenly being reconstructed. Massive government buildings are rising. Investments are pouring in. Governors are competing, not in politics, but in development. The question is simple: why now? Why are Southeast governors suddenly in a race to transform their states? Is it pressure from the people? Fear of being left behind? Or is it something bigger happening beneath the surface? Because this is not just development, this is a regional awakening. Unlike many regions, the Southeast has one unique force: its people do not wait for government. For decades, individuals built schools, roads, markets, industries. Entire cities like Abia and Enugu grew without heavy government support. But now, the people are asking questions. If we can build this much ourselves, what exactly is the government doing? Social media has amplified this pressure. Young people are calling out poor infrastructure, comparing governors, demanding visible results. Governors can no longer hide behind speeches. They must now show projects. Because in the Southeast, performance is now political survival. Something unusual is happening. Southeast governors are watching each other closely. When one state builds a modern road, another responds with a bigger project. When one launches a tech hub, another announces an industrial park. It's no longer governance, it's competition. States like Anambra, Abia, Enugu, Imo, and Ebonyi are now in an unspoken race. No governor wants to be labeled the one who did nothing. Because in today's digital era, reputation spreads fast and legacy matters more than ever. Perhaps the most powerful force driving this development is the diaspora. Millions of Igbo professionals abroad are sending billions back home, building mansions, investing in businesses, but they are also demanding something new: infrastructure that matches their investment. They are asking, why should we build million-dollar homes in areas with bad roads and no drainages? This pressure is forcing government to act, because the diaspora is no longer just sending money, they are shaping policy indirectly. The Southeast was once Nigeria's industrial backbone. Cities like Abia, Enugu, and Onitsha were economic powerhouses, but years of neglect slowed that growth. Now governors are realizing something critical: industrialization is the fastest path to wealth. So they are investing in industrial parks, manufacturing zones, SME support systems, because they understand if they revive industry, they revive the entire region. Look closely across the Southeast today, and you will see one thing: road construction everywhere, from major highways to inner roads. Governors are focusing heavily on infrastructure. Why? Because infrastructure does three things: attract investors, boost trade, and create jobs. A good road can transform a dead area into a booming hub. And for the Southeast, this is no longer optional, it is urgent. Development cannot happen without one thing: security. In recent years, security threatened progress in the region. Businesses slowed down, investors became cautious. Governors now understand without stability, development will collapse. So they are investing in local security networks, surveillance systems, community policing, because peace is not just safety, it is economic strategy. There is a growing realization among Southeast leaders. If they don't develop, they will be left behind. Other regions are rapidly advancing. Lagos expanding aggressively. Abuja is modernizing. Northern states investing in agriculture. The Southeast cannot afford to stagnate. The fear is pushing the governors to act fast, because in today's Nigeria, development is survival. The new generation is different. They are educated, connected, and vocal. Through platforms like YouTube, X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram, they are documenting everything. Bad roads are posted online. Abandoned projects are exposed instantly. Governors are now under constant digital surveillance, and that is changing everything. Because today, you cannot hide failure. Every governor knows one truth: history will judge them. Years from now, people will ask, what did you build? Not what you promised or what you said, but what you actually did. This is why many governors are now focused on signature projects, visible achievements, long-lasting infrastructure. They are not just governing, they are building legacy. There is something deeper happening, a renewed sense of Igbo pride. People want to see their region modern, developed, and globally competitive. Governors are tapping into this emotion because when people believe in their region, they invest more, they return home, and they build. And that creates a powerful circle of growth. So what does the future look like? If this momentum continues, the Southeast could become Nigeria's manufacturing hub, a major investment destination, and one of Africa's fastest growing regions. But this depends on one thing: consistency. Will this development continue, or is it just a temporary wave? One thing is certain: the race has begun, and for the first time in a long time, the Southeast is moving forward fast. The transformation is happening, but the story is still being written. So the question is, will the Southeast rise to its full potential, or will this momentum fade? Tell us what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like this video and subscribe for more deep African documentaries, because the next chapter of this story might be written by you.